On today's episode of the Buckeye Roast, offensive line interviews from camp will break it down with insight on how the unit is coming together heading into the season. We will also share a standout quote from CJ Hicks, one that might just change the way you see his role this year. But you have to stick around for the full context. And then it's prediction time. We're breaking down Big Ten win totals, going over under on every team in the conference. I'm Chris Drew, and this is the Buckeye Roast with Ron and Q right here on Dead Air Sports.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back for another episode of the Buckeye Roast. It's your boy Ron James here with my guy QPK. Q, how you doing?
Another morning, man. Rolling right along. We did a week of show. We're on week 2, getting closer to the season.
Yeah, I know. I got to give a big shout out to everyone that's been tuning in. Our numbers have been awesome. We want to keep getting those numbers up. We have a like goal of 50 likes per episode. Little bit short yesterday, but we were close. So make sure you like that video. If you're watching on Twitter, be sure to find us on YouTube at some point in your day, or just come on over now and watch over here on YouTube. Or if you're going to stay there, retweet the video. Q, I have a stat for you.
Saturday.
Ohio State has gone 12 straight seasons without a 3-loss season, longest active streak in the FBS. And they tell us that we do the least with the most. Seems like we're doing the most with the most.
Yeah, I forget who was it, but a Michigan fan told me before last season, he was like, "Oh, y'all are going 9-3 this year." I'm like, "When's the last time we went 9? Like losing to who?"
That's what I'm saying. I remember how much people lost their minds back in the day when Doug Maurice predicted that we would be 9-3 CJ Stroud's first year as a starter, and everybody was like, "What? 3 to who?" And that's always where I'm at, like, to who? And I mean, with the additions to the Big Ten now, maybe, and we're going to get into it later, we're going to be doing over-unders in the Big Ten for every team in the Big Ten. We're going to be taking a look at their schedule and their win total. But we got plenty to get into. We got an action-packed show today. We got an insane quote from offensive line interviews. Phillip Daniels had a crazy quote about CJ Hicks that we're going to get into later in the show. But Q, we talked about a story that was breaking news while we were recording last night. The college football world was rocked with scandal as leaked Venmo transactions came out for Oklahoma transfer quarterback John Mateer, alleging that he bet on college football games back in 2022. Well,
we know how Venmo transactions go. Now, you don't always say the thing you're actually paying someone for, because I've seen plenty of people say drugs, cocaine, hookers, and they're just paying their light bill. But John Mateer came out and said, allegedly, 4 bets, for profit, bet the over on his transaction log. So I want to ask you, do you believe John Mateer, or are you suspicious?
I believe him, and I'm so confused by the people out here like, what kind of inside joke is that? That's not even funny. I'm like, honestly, I think that's fucking hilarious. Like, if you're sending someone money for something and you're going to tell them that the money is for one of the most reckless things that you could possibly do, like, you know what I mean? Like, that'd be like paying your mom back for dinner and sending the Venmo payment as porn subscription. Like, what are you doing? Like, you think you're really paying your mom for that? Like, oh, it's on my mom's credit card. Like, I just don't get all the people that are like, there's nothing funny about that. I thought it was hilarious. And even if he was lying, like, who cares?
I mean, if he was lying, that's a good way to cover it up. Like, bet the over. They'll never actually.
It's like all those people that you know that are actually buying drugs with those Venmo transactions, and they're like, no one's gonna believe I'm actually buying cocaine.
Why would I say that if that's what I was doing? Wouldn't make any sense.
How dumb do you think I am?
Perfect way to get away with it. But I did see a sports clip from Michael Porter Jr., which his brother, we all know, was in a betting scandal in the NBA. And he came out and he said that it's rough on NBA players. He said they come out and he was like, hey, man, I got friends at home. And if people are really hungry, it's like, hey, I might just play the first 3 minutes, go out, tell them all, bet the under. Everybody eats. So, Ron, I want to ask you, we've had a lot of NBA guys starting to spread down to college, which you would suspect it would. How much do you think the overs, the unders, the bets actually affect the modern day college athlete? Do you think they're getting threats? Do you think like kids at school be like, hey, man, I need you to ball out this week in poli-sci class? Like, how much do you think it affects the modern day college athlete?
Before I address the modern day college athlete, I need to address the modern day NBA star that went on a podcast and was talking about his friends and family are out here struggling. Q, could you give me a guess on what you think Michael Porter Jr., who has friends that are willing to risk federal prison time for $10,000, any idea how much Michael Porter Jr. makes a year?
Oh, clearly not enough to give to his brother because he was doing it. Michael Porter Jr. probably makes $30 million a year.
$40.8 million, Q, is what he will make next year on his 5-year, $179 million contract. Anybody that is in the NBA betting on games, I have zero sympathy for any of you goofies. Like, you are just greedy and stupid if you're betting in the NBA. Now, to your original question about college students, much more likely to happen there because these guys are not guaranteed the riches of NBA contracts, even in their own sport. If they do make it to the NBA or the NFL, their game is much more violent. Their careers are much shorter. So the temptation is significantly higher, I would imagine, for college athletes. And I think it's something that we're going to continue to see play out publicly. And it's going to be, honestly, I feel like you could pencil in a betting scandal yearly now at this point. At some level of college sports.
We heard about this story, and I forget the guy's name, but the one who sent the opposing quarterback their defensive playbook. Yeah. You know he wouldn't bet the over on them. Like he had to. It would have been dumb not to bet the over. Like, yo, you're about to put up 50. I'm putting my life savings on this game.
Well, like, and you got to think about it like this. And that's why a lot of play, especially to protect the players, in a lot of states, you're not able to do prop bets on college football. But how, like, you look at a school like Ohio State that does not put out their injury report until the last minute, and they keep that information sealed like Fort Knox. Like, that information quite valuable, you would imagine, no?
I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised when Kerry Combs got hired. They were like, yo, bet the over, dog. We're not stopping nobody.
I think Vegas was onto that one, Q, being that everyone knew.
Yo, we about to start Marcus Hooker, Bryce Shaw, dog. Bet the over, man.
Oh, my God. You brought up that name, Q. Get us out of here, because I can't believe you even said that.
Play the song, man.
Q, if I called this person the word that I want to use, it would probably get the YouTube channel flagged and us on a list. I'm going to play the clip. You evoked a name that should never be brought up in Buckeye lore, especially when we're enjoying a coming off a national championship, and you bring up a name like that just after I heard another awful name on my timeline.
This was very easy. I thought it was going to be difficult looking at it.
Yeah.
I looked at several teams, but one team passed my ultimate test. Is Alex Grinch your defensive coordinator?
Oh, no. Alex Grinch is still employed?
If the answer is yes, you're the worst team in the conference.
I love that thought process.
Scott Frost got a job, and he said, what I'm going to do is hire Alex Grinch to be my defensive coordinator? Is that – Bluntman, am I crazy here?
No, this is extremely good.
That is malpractice. I did not know Alex Grinch had a D coordinator job.
We have Hat Science We have the blue chip ratio. I developed quarterback science the other day. I think we have a new statistic to add to our college football lexicon, and that is the Alex Grinch metric. Because if he is your defensive coordinator, I do think that absolutely dooms your team. And you brought up the name Bryson Shaw. They run hand in hand. What are your thoughts there? How is this man still employed?
Well, Ron, I would come down hard on this, but you want to know why this fits?
Pause. Like, that is so crazy.
I would bring
that is so crazy. What are you doing? No, in here. No. Stop. Because we got too far into the show. No, because we got too far into the show and we forgot to get to comments. And the perfect comment to get to, since we missed them, is this one. You guys having a freak off on this show or something? Q, what's up?
Man, look, man, y'all know what I meant. There was not many options on how to say what I was going to say without getting paused. So I paused myself, and then I tried, and then Ron just ruined it from there. So don't blame me. I tried to do the right thing.
Resume. Matthew Peck, we appreciate the comment. Everybody make sure you keep the comments coming on the Dead Air Sports YouTube channel. We will be reading them on the show. I can't believe we forgot them already, but I mean, it was almost destiny right there, how that worked out. Georgia
pause. You deserve a raise. Go talk to Chris.
Exactly. Shout out to our guy, Doug Shepard. Georgia is having recent success, but I don't consider them a blue blood. Fair point. I was watching the show live with you guys yesterday morning, and I saw a lot of people agree with that take there. Good morning from Emily. We appreciate it. We have a whole page of good comments that I skipped past. I wish Tegra would put in the work to be an Iron Buckeye. He was playing good ball last year until he got hurt in the first Oregon game and was the reason for the rotation last season when he was playing good ball again. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see every player be an Iron Buckeye. I think with the depth in that room, the guys that are ready to step up are going to step up, and clearly a lot of guys took on the challenges that the coaching staff presented them in that offensive line room. And I feel like they showed last year they'll have a short leash if you're not out there playing. We'll get into the offensive line interviews a little bit later in the show, but we appreciate that comment, Doug. Q, I don't get too many of these, so you should feel special. I'll let you read this one from Emily.
Q, you're the best. Laughing face. I feel like I caused a lot of laughter yesterday. Emily, I appreciate you.
That's what she said, Q. I mean, you could have put one of those, about 40 of those into yesterday's show.
Come on, man. See, if it was a 60-year-old guy that said it, you ought to let him slide. Because I said it, it went to hell. I tried.
Emily also said, I went to Bantam Jeep Festival in PA. We went to Slippery Rock. Love that area. I have a t-shirt too. LOL, go Slippery Rock. Funny story about Bantam Jeep Festival. I have also attended. It's about 30 minutes south of Slippery Rock where I attended college. It's also where I performed my internship my senior year, right through the town where the parade for the Jeep Festival goes. That's where I used to work my senior year of college. Slippery Rock, also an awesome little town. The only negative I can say about Slippery Rock is our sister school is the team up north, which is unfortunate. But all other things that I have to say about Slippery Rock are amazing, and anybody that has the opportunity to stop through wouldn't stay long, but it would definitely be a nice stop.
Yeah, I have the honor of knowing 2 Slippery Rock alums now, so level up. Oh, that's too funny.
Q, the offensive line talked yesterday. Doug had some questions about the offensive line. The offensive line had plenty to say yesterday, but I wanted to talk about what Luke Montgomery had to say. He is up to 313 pounds. He got to Ohio State at 285, and he's now listed at 6'5". He said early in the season last year he was upset about his lack of role in the offense, and kind of goes back to what we talked about yesterday when I said I misinterpreted what Austin Saraville and the hype around him meant last year in regards to Luke Montgomery and thought that was an indictment on Luke. And we'll talk about this in a little bit, and it kind of was, but at the same time, it spoke to what Austin was able to do and the progressions that he made. What are your thoughts there about Luke Montgomery saying he's a little bit upset about his playing time situation last year?
I mean, I think everyone who watched the Tennessee game was all upset with him. I mean, outside of Donovan Jackson, I mean, you can't really say. I mean, maybe Carson Hinzman had a swipe at it before he went to center, but I mean, Luke Montgomery came in and was just manhandling people and pushing them out the club when Donovan Jackson had to go to tackle. So you looked at it and you're like, man, this dude's been riding the bench this whole season. Like, I get the guards were rotational last year, so it was kind of like no one really had separated themselves really outside of Donovan Jackson. But you felt like they played decent. I mean, he came in and you were like, wow, like this dude could be a future All-American if the progression naturally goes up. So I agree with him, but you got to look at it. Came in at 286. I mean, you can't necessarily play guard in the Big Ten at that weight. Definitely had to get stronger, bigger. I mean, now it looks like he's ready to go. So I know it probably took a little longer for him, but this is your chance. I picked him yesterday, Big Ten All-American, so we'll see.
He actually went on to say that he was so upset that he went to the coaches and asked, like, what's going on? Like, what am I not doing to be able to see the field? And they flat out told him, like, you came in light in the ass and you
he went to the coaches. And they said, who do you think your position coach is, Alex Grinch?
Oh, my God. They said you're light in the ass, and that's why you're not getting on the field. And they also told him that you didn't start playing offensive line until your junior year of high school. Like, you're just behind the curve. And he took that challenge, and you see, like you said, by the time it was the Tennessee game, you're like, why the hell hasn't this guy been playing the whole time? So the fact that the coaching staff was honest with him and told him what he needed to address, and then he had the ability to go out and execute what they asked of him and find a way on the field, not give up, not sulk, not transfer. He accepted the challenge, and look at it now. He's on the field, and he got to play in the national championship because he didn't quit on the opportunity. He did exactly what the coaches asked him to do, and he got his opportunity and got to play in a national championship game. And I really think that example and that story of what happened there speaks to Ryan Day's culture and the respect that these kids have for this program and wanting to get better and embracing the competition around here, and the coaching staff not just handing people things.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to hear. You obviously, Ohio State is a place where everyone's talented. Everyone has put in the work. So really, you got to be on top of your game and separate yourself, or you really should be getting replaced. So Luke Montgomery, you see when he came in, I mean, guards rotated all season. When Luke Montgomery came in, he went nowhere. Like he was a stand, or I don't know what to call it, but he didn't get moved out of position or rotated the rest of the playoffs. So it's good to see. And like I said, I want to see him build on that. He's starting to get into the point of his career where you got to be a leader. You got to be one of the best in the country, not only in the room. So we'll see what he does.
Another guy that spoke to the media, center Carson Hinzman, said he talked about the Texas matchup. He said Hero was his teammate at Ohio State, and they've been best friends for years. Said he's been looking up German phrases so he can talk shit to him on the field, and said he's going to learn how to call him chubby before the game.
It's good to see. I got a lot of hope for Carson Hinzman this season. Obviously, we had a couple years ago where everyone was doubting him because of his staffing issues. Came in last year when was the Penn State game and maybe looked like the best lineman on the field. And we're like, hey, well, it's good to see him again. So this year, if he can snap the ball and then block like he was, I mean, he's up there again. I mean, and we need him to perform. So, and also in the offseason, he worked with Charles Bentley, as he mentioned in his press conference. So we know how high Buckeye fans hold that guy. So it looks like he's primed for a good position. But yeah, I want to hear all the junk talk and the rest be like, what did he say?
He also said that he wants to try to win the Remington Award this year. I want to ask you, if you had to bet, would you bet on the Buckeyes potentially having back-to-back Remington Award winners?
No. They ain't gonna allow that. Bet the SEC center.
Come on, we have back-to-back Heismans. If any school's gonna do it, it's us, right?
Well, I mean, heck, we have put some Remington award guys through. I mean, if there's something they went on the offensive line, it is the Remington. So can't really bet against it, but for now, I got to see a little more before I say Carson Hinzman is going to win it. So I would bet against it, but that's a challenge to him. Prove me wrong.
Q, I'm not sure if you got a look at the thumbnail on this episode, but there was an absolutely insane quote that came out of these interviews today. And I mean, Tyler Bowen talked for a good 10 minutes and nothing even came close to this quote by Phillip Daniels, who called one CJ Hicks a mini Abdul Carter. What is your first reaction when you hear that type of comparison?
I mean, I was surprised you didn't call him Von Miller with better hand placement. Like, it's a bit crazy. I think the CJ Hicks PR train has hit an all-time high.
See, that's why I'm excited, because I feel like I was the conductor of that train. I was the lone member on CJ Hicks Island still. And then Phillip Daniels comes in and says something insane like that. And I'm like, well, what do you expect? That's what they're saying. Like, that's what they told me.
Well, I mean, the all-time hype train was CJ Hicks being up for the Bernard Award last season.
Oh my God. We're going to have to make another. We literally had to clip this segment last year because you couldn't read the word Buckeyes Award. And now you just gave us another clip where you just called it the Bernard Award. He was on the Buckeyes preseason.
That is an actual award.
It wasn't no, it was for the Buckeyes. He was preseason Buckeyes Award nominee. And yeah.
Okay, so I got it wrong, but that was the ultimate hype.
You called it the Brutus Award last year.
Great award, man.
Brutus to Bernard.
The Buckeyes Brutus Bernard Award winner. So obviously there's a lot of hype going with CJ Hicks. It's not quite as high as that, but I said the PR train's rolling. You got Matt P standing next to him every time they stretch. You got mini Abdul Carter being said around the Woody. I'm ready to see it.
If we gave CJ Hicks PR team to Jeremiah Smith, we could lock up the Heisman right now. It would be a no-brainer who wins it this year.
He might get the NFL MVP.
That would be crazy.
That's what I'm saying. On that level, I mean, I was either Hicks to see like everyone else, but good Lord.
Abdul Carter.
Who's set for 3 seasons and finally getting his chance. The names and awards you're throwing around for him are insane.
I hope CJ Hicks is a first-round pick with 14 sacks this season, and they clip this up and they stop right at this point, right before I say all these good things, and say, look how they doubted him. They laughed in his face. And then it's just his highlights from his first-round draft pick year.
So we got some CJ Hicks stock left over from last season. I'm ready for that to go up. It could pay off.
I held all of mine. Why dump it at this point? Only up from here, right?
Oh, good way. But yeah, I think that was the craziest line. I don't know. What is the crazy? Let me ask you this, if you remember, because I know you have your love-hate relationship with interviews. Is that the craziest line that you've ever heard coming out of interviews from players? For Ohio State. I mean, I think the craziest line I think I've heard in general was Florida State's new quarterback saying Nick Saban is no longer around to save them. Talking about Alabama. Now that was actually insane. But
I don't know if I have an insane moment. I'd say my favorite college football player interview moment is when they asked with Quinn Williams about Kyler Murray. And he starts talking about Kyler Murray, and the SID looks at him and he pauses and he goes, he's a very good player. He's about to cook him before the playoff game, and he's like, he said all these people are saying about Kyler. He calls him Calamari and not Kyler Murray. But yeah, that's my favorite player interview. I don't think I have like a crazy Ohio State player interview take. If you guys have one and we're missing one out, let us know in the comments, and we'll definitely shout it out tomorrow. But if you have a crazy Buckeye player interview moment, let us know in the chat. We might even go find the clip.
This is a Buckeye, so I have to mention it. Last year when they talked about the Bears' new OC and they asked JSN, he said, "Is the camera rolling?" Bad. Is that camera on? Yeah, he's good. He's fine. He'll do well.
That's my man's the best.
yeah, nothing but love for you.
Wish him nothing but the best. Hope he loves his new home.
Good person, good family.
Q, we got a ton to talk about. We're going to preview the entire Big Ten schedule, essentially. We're going to go through every team's schedule and over-under right now. I'm going to watch back tomorrow and put this in a spreadsheet and keep track of it at the end of the season so I can make fun of you when I win, like I normally do on these games that we never track.
I have to give Ron a lot to do tomorrow.
I feel like this game – would you say?
I got to give you a lot to do tomorrow so you forget. Be like, yo, breaking news.
Breaking news. All righty, let's get right into it. We are going to start with 3.5 for Purdue. Q, when we look at this schedule, I already started this exercise a little bit before the show. I know where I'm going with this one. Go ahead, Q. Do you want to take a look at their schedule? I mean, if we look at it, when I looked at this schedule before the show, I had to go look up what SIU was. Any idea who SIU is?
Is that not Slippery Rock?
No, we're SRU. Like, how dare you? That was so disrespectful. SIU? Like, what are we talking about? Lock in, bro.
SL for Slippery, and then
no, that's SIU, bro. And who abbreviates Slippery? SL. Oh, this. Send help, please.
Continue.
No, it's Southern Illinois. So I have them beating Ball State, beating Southern Illinois, losing to USC, losing to Notre Dame, losing to Illinois, losing to Minnesota, losing to Northwestern, losing to Rutgers. They're losing every game. I'm smashing the under on this. I mean, you look at this Purdue under 3.5. Q, find me 4 wins on that schedule.
I mean, okay, I'm going to take the 2 wins at the top. Ooh, what is Northwestern? What's their over-under?
Their over-under is also 3.5, which we will be getting to next. So, but here's my thing. This is exactly where I got caught up on this. Even if we give them Northwestern, find me the 4th one.
Yeah,
this seems like a lock.
It would be. I feel like Purdue always wins a game they shouldn't. And that's
Ron
why I'm like
walking through those doors.
That is very true. Oh, they're not gonna be. Hold on, they're not gonna be. Hold on. Okay, there we go. They're not gonna be Indiana. They're not gonna be Washington. Ohio State, no. Michigan, no. Rutgers, no. Western, maybe. I don't know. Maybe a Minnesota win, but I would bet the under. I don't think they'll do it. I can't find a 4th win for you.
Both hammering the under there on Purdue. We jump to Northwestern, also at 3.5. They open at Tulane. Loss.
Yeah, that's not exactly the team to play.
I think that's South Georgia. Not 100% sure, but I'm going to give them the win there. Oregon, loss. UCLA, loss. ULM, win. So we're at 2 wins. Penn State, loss. Purdue.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm thinking the under as well. I don't think they're beating Nebraska, Michigan, Minnesota, or Illinois. UCLA, I don't know.
I feel like, we might not even need Mensa's help here. I'm not no gambling expert, but these two seem like
locks.
Call the financial advisor and move the 401. Take the penalty on the 401k and move it into FanDuel.
Hey, where's John Mateer when you need him? I need a lock out here on these two.
Right? Oh my God. All right, we're gonna move on to Maryland. 4.5. Q. Maryland opens up at FAU. I'm gonna give them that win. NIU. Is this is the same NIU that beat Notre Dame last year, correct?
Was that? Oh yeah, I guess it was last year. Yeah. Yeah.
Are we giving them that win?
I feel like you should not lose to NIU.
We'll give them NIU, and I can't even see this logo. It's Tuscan, maybe. I think the
Townsend.
Had to take the glasses off for
that's
that
a
one.
win.
So we're giving them. Okay. We have Maryland opening 3-0. Wisconsin.
That's a toss up. I'll trust Luke Fickell and I'll say that's a loss.
Okay, so we have them at 3-1. I have them losing to Washington, losing to Nebraska, losing to UCLA, losing to Indiana, Rutgers, Illinois, Michigan, and potentially beating Michigan State. So we give them what? 3 wins? This one at 4.5. I think that 4 is definitely possible for this team, but 5. I think 5 is in play, but if you're betting on this, I would not call this a lock by any means. I'd still go under, me personally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Michigan State, maybe, and I don't know. I feel like Nebraska and UCLA are going to be inconsistent teams. Nebraska is
they both have 5-star quarterbacks. Can you tell me who
that is?
You know the quarterback at both of those schools. Can you tell me the starting quarterback at Maryland?
I can't tell you any wide receiver starting for UCLA, and I don't know who they're throwing to at Maryland.
Yeah, you don't know who they're throwing to at Maryland. That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you bet on Dylan Raiola and Nico?
I mean, I don't know throwing to at Nebraska. I'm sorry.
Nebraska, they went out and got people out of the portal, not people that were worth me learning their name, but
you just
notable additions.
They
allegedly
have players at receiver.
They have a depth chart.
I will go the under, but I could see 5.
I could see 5 too. This one's a tricky one. I would not bet this one personally. I'd stay away from that. That's a messy one.
Let us know in the comments.
Would you even bet that one? I wouldn't touch it. Wisconsin. They open against Miami of Ohio. Shout out to all the alum that are watching. But I'm sorry, Wisconsin's probably gonna win that one. Middle Tennessee.
Yep.
I went and looked at the line on this game. Wisconsin's projected to win by 18 points. I was gonna make that a toss-up, but it looks like Wisconsin should be able to get that one. Alabama. What are you thinking there?
Lock.
Lock that L in. So we have a loss. Where did we land, Q? You gave Wisconsin this win on Minnesota or at Maryland. So we are at 3 wins. Loss at Michigan, loss at Iowa, loss at Ohio State, loss at Oregon, loss at Washington, loss at Indiana, loss at Illinois, and we'll give them Minnesota.
Now,
and I don't even think we should give them Minnesota. I think Minnesota's a toss-up. That's what, 3 wins maybe?
Now,
bro, they're at 5.5 right now, Q.
I would be confident with Iowa until I seen that clip from practice of the offense.
The quarterback completed an 8-yard pass.
And fumbled twice. I feel like there could be maybe a game in there where they can upset Iowa. It's possible because they're not going to score any points again. But yeah, Minnesota. I just don't know how good Minnesota keeps popping up, and I'm like, I want to say win, but I don't know. So,
well, hear me out, Q. Hypothetically, we give them Miami of Ohio. We give them Middle Tennessee. That's 2 wins. We give them Maryland. That's 3. We give them Iowa. That's 4. We give them Minnesota. That's 5. That's still the under. I feel like this is almost moving into the lock category, and almost like it's not looking good for Fickell out there. Like, it seems like 5 is almost a guarantee. Find me the 6th win, Q. Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, Washington, Indiana, Illinois. It's not happening.
Yeah, I don't know. Oregon or Alabama, maybe? Yeah, John Material, get your people to get in touch with my people. I got 3 for you.
Yeah, we're gonna be slamming that lock right there. I think that under. I think that's an under going all the way. I hate it for Fick, but it seems like we have 3 good unders if you want to bet Wisconsin, That'd be a fun parlay. The under on Wisconsin, Northwestern, and Purdue. Make your Saturdays a little bit more exciting. Exactly. Let that ride the entire season. Just root on those teams to get their doors blown off.
Oh, fact. Once we get that new Menace magazine that comes out, Big Ten, we can lock it in.
Lock it in. All right, we're gonna jump to UCLA. I had to look up this logo because I've never seen the W. Are you familiar with what university that is?
Is that Utah?
Yep.
There you go.
A singular U. The double. I guess maybe University. It's always that. Is it always that?
Yeah, that's Utah University.
Okay, well, that's a loss. UNLV. UNLV. I think that is a win. I don't know. UNLV seem like they got more talent than UCLA does now. It is the island of misfit toys, but if they all figure it out, they got Vontaze Burfict on their staff now. So you can only imagine how insane that locker room probably is.
Bro, getting Vontaze Burfict and Justin Flo together, that's a duo. Somebody is getting put out for the season.
So I'm still giving UCLA that win. They're playing I believe that's the New Mexico Lobos under there. I'm giving them that win. I have them beating Northwestern.
No.
So we are at 3 wins going into the Penn State game. I believe that will be a loss. I believe that they can beat Michigan State, but that's also a toss-up for me. So we'll revisit that one. I have them beating Maryland. So we're at 4 wins, losing to Indiana, losing to Nebraska, losing to Ohio State, losing to Washington, and losing to USC. Q, how many wins you got over there?
Yeah, UCLA fans, go to your games early. Because once you run to Indiana, season's over, according to Ron. Yeah, UNLV, I gotta see what they are. I've heard a lot of hype, but I'll say that the Lobos, they get those wins. Northwestern get that win. Maryland get that win, and Michigan State. That's probably about it. So I'd say you gotta go
5, and you're still hitting the under. I feel like we're approaching. I mean, again, I wouldn't necessarily call it a lock. I wouldn't bet your house on it. But maybe dinner.
Maybe can work some magic. I feel like he's throwing to me and Mike out there, but maybe they're just a little better than we think they are because they're above the pack here. So maybe they are, but we'll see. I don't have a lot of confidence in UCLA this season.
Let's take a look at this Rutgers schedule. I have them beating OU. I have them beating Miami of Ohio. I don't even know what that ChatGPT logo is. They got week 3, but I got them beating that team as well. I have them losing to Iowa. I have them beating Minnesota. They beat Minnesota last year. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 wins so far. Losing to Washington, losing to Oregon, 5th win coming against Purdue, losing to Illinois, beating Maryland. 6. I have Rutgers bowling. I, again, would not bet my house on this, but if I had to put money on this, I would feel comfortable that Greg Schiano finds a way to get this team to a bowl game.
Yeah, is that our first over?
I think this is our first over. You have Rutgers at 5.5. Are you in agreement there? Like, are there any disputes? You have Rutgers opening the season at 3-0, correct?
Yeah, I mean, Rutgers and Maryland always seem to get in interesting games, but I mean, I could see them right. It's going to be close. It's going to be tight.
Favorable schedule. I mean, you know, they have to. I mean, I guess not. They play Washington, Ohio State, Oregon, but I mean, it could be worse. You could get. No Michigan. Like it could have been harder.
And they just there are certain teams they just don't like in the Big Ten. And you see, like, it's downhill from there. I'm with you. I can see the over. I think they can get the win against Maryland this season. So I'm with you. Let's rock with the over for them.
All righty, some positivity around here. Michigan State. What's going on with Sparty this season? I believe that is Western Michigan, Boston College, Youngstown State to start the season. I have them going 2-1. I have them beating Western Michigan. I have them losing to Boston College.
It's a little rough. I mean, I can't
Dylan
argue.
Lonergan just named the starter for Bill O'Brien up there. Yeah, he went out and got him another Bam. He's taking a lot of quarterbacks with him when he left Alabama.
Oh man. Yeah, I feel like that's a toss-up. I mean, they have Michigan State at 5-5. They bring their quarterback back. They got Nick Marsh out there. I feel like they can make something shake. So we'll see. Let's say we mark that as a loss.
Yeah, we're going to leave that at a loss. So we have them at 2-1 going to USC. I have them losing to USC. I have them losing to Nebraska. I have them beating? No, I have them losing to UCLA.
Yeah, you just had them with a loss.
Yeah, I have them losing to Indiana. I have them losing to Michigan. Minnesota, a toss-up. Maybe we'll give them that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Losing to Penn State. Losing to Iowa. And then Maryland a toss-up. So how many wins are we at here? Confirmed wins. 1, 2. We said potentially beating UCLA, so we'll call that 3. Potentially beating Minnesota, we'll call that 4. Beating Maryland, that's 5. And then if Iowa gets spooky,
yeah, I said they can get that win against Iowa. Now they will have the chance to put up some points. Iowa defense is usually very, very good, so maybe that's why they're making their offense look so bad. But I would probably bet the under. I don't have the faith, but I could see them. That's tight. I can see them getting a 6-win.
I wouldn't bet a lot on this game. I mean, I wouldn't bet a lot on this win total either. It feels like this one could go either way. I could easily see Michigan State going anywhere from 4-8 to 7-5 this season.
Yeah, I mean that pack of 5-5 is like give them a win here. Well, we just said they won, so we gotta give them a loss over here. It makes it a little tough. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see what Iowa is. Iowa at 7.5 wins. That'll be interesting when we get there. That's gonna determine a lot of what happens right here in this little pack of 5-5s. I mean, I feel like Iowa's gonna determine a lot here, so it'll get tough. But Michigan State, I'll probably go under right now.
Right now, I feel like I'm leaning over, just because I feel like you said, it's going to teeter on Iowa. If Iowa comes out here and looks like a poop stain, could sway a lot of these over-unders. We move on to Minnesota and the Fighting PJ Flex. They open up against Buffalo. A lot of words in purple. I can't imagine they're very good at athletics. Any guess what that is?
It's so small. I can't see what it is.
I'm gonna look up. I gotta
look at while I go through. Minnesota at Cal. Devin Brown coming back, and we have 2 who's at Cal from Ohio State.
That is Northwestern State.
No, talking Cal. Oh, North. That's a Northwestern State. Jesus Christ. Oh man.
So I have them beating Buffalo, beating Northwestern State. I have them losing to Devin Brown. I have them losing to Rutgers. So that's 2-2, losing to Ohio State, beating Purdue.
Yep.
3-3, losing to Nebraska, losing to Iowa. So what is that? 3-5 at that point. Beating Northwestern, 4-5. Losing to USC, 4-6.
Oh, you're on Nebraska. Move back over.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, where are we at, Q? You got to help me. I got lost.
Yeah. So 3-3 at Purdue. Nebraska
loss.
3-4. Iowa.
We'll give them the win.
Okay, that's 4. Michigan State.
Give them the win.
Oh, that's 5. Oregon's a loss. Northwestern, as you said before, that's a win. So they might be.
That's 7?
They're at 6.5.
I got the over here. Let's count this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is doable. I mean, I feel like the under would be the safe bet because PJ Flex the coach, and I'm probably going to lean to bet the under, despite what I probably think is the better bet in the over.
Logic.
But since PJ flexed to Bozo, I feel like that's like you have to adjust the line -1 game and go with the under just because you know their coach is a Bozo.
I mean, we found a lot of unders. Somebody's got to go over. So for Minnesota,
Not really.
everyone can't go under.
I mean, we could.
Yeah, I mean they could, but I'm gonna go over for Minnesota. I think they'll get to 7 this season, and that'll be a solid performance from them.
I went with the over for. I just went with the over for Michigan State. You went with the under.
Yeah, because somebody next couple gonna end up with the under.
Yeah, we might be in over territory here. I'm high on this Washington team, but I'm not familiar with their schedule. That looks to be Colorado State. The Chicago Cincinnati A's. What the hell is that?
Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, like I think they'll beat the Cubs if they play them. I don't know who that team is, so loss for them. So we got Washington at 2-0. I have them beating Washington State.
The Pac-2.
Losing to the Buckeyes, beating Maryland, beating Rutgers, losing to Michigan.
That one, they beat them last season now.
I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins so far and 2 losses, I guess. Yeah, going into the Illinois game. I have them losing to Illinois. 3 losses. Beating Wisconsin, beating Purdue, beating UCLA, losing to Oregon. So count up the losses. 1, 2, 3, 4 loss team. I have Washington at 8-4.
I can buy that. I'm heavy on the stock. I took their quarterback in our Rondale Moore All-American list.
Yeah, I also picked their wide receiver whose name I don't remember, but I picked him. Denzel Boston, I believe. Boston, I believe his name was. He had nice stats, like 9 touchdowns and 1,000-something yards or 800.
He's got someone to throw to, unlike Nico.
Points are being made. So I think we're in agreement. We're going with the over for Washington there. Let's pivot to the other side of the graphic. Former employer of Alex Grinch, so a very unserious program.
Oh, big season for Lincoln Riley.
Q. Any idea?
I don't know who those first 2 teams are. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to look up their schedule just so we can actually read them. Missouri State and Georgia Southern. I have them beating both of those teams. Purdue, I have them beating. I have them beating Michigan State. That's 4-0 to start the year. I have them losing to Illinois. I have them losing to Michigan. That's 4-2. I have them losing to Notre Dame. That's 4-3.
I have them losing to Nebraska.
That's 4-4. They right the ship against Northwestern. That's 5.
5-4.
5-4, beating Iowa.
Wait, are they at Iowa or are they at home? Can you see that?
I cannot. I can. I do have that. They are at home against Iowa, so I think they get that.
All right, we'll give them the win.
We'll give them that one. So they beat Iowa, they lose to Oregon, and they beat UCLA. How many? Let's count the losses. Lost to Oregon. We have them losing to Notre Dame. We have them losing to Michigan. We have them losing to Illinois. 4 loss, 8-4.
4. Okay, Lincoln Riley starting to steer the ship a little bit.
Is that? Do we have another over? We got another over. Look at us. Positivity. We're high on the Big Ten.
Oh my goodness. Come on, USC. Step up your game, man.
Nebraska and the Fighting Rayolas. I always love following teams like this that have former Buckeye commits just to see, what could have been. We have them playing against the greatest tight end in college football, Joe Royer, week 1 against Cincinnati. Despite that, I still feel like Dylan Rayola finds a way to get it done. They play the Fighting Joe Moorheads the following week, and I believe Akron and HCU. I think they forgot a letter there.
HB. We'll give them. Is that Holy Cross? Is that who that is?
Maybe if you want it to be, I got them beating Holy Cross. I don't even think Holy Cross has a football team. It might be.
Yeah, they have a different logo, so I don't know. I don't think that's Holy Cross.
I'm gonna look it up. What you got them beat? What do you got? What do you got going on for Nebraska versus Michigan?
I think Michigan is going to beat Nebraska. Honestly, I think this Nebraska team is going to be that. It's going to be one of those Scott Frost seasons where they're going to have a lot of close games and a lot of losses. I think they're going to hit their under early. Let me see. So,
I could give you until the rest of your life to guess who HCU stands for, and you would never get it.
My life is insane. It's not Holy Cross, apparently.
It's Houston Christian, an even less serious school, bro. If you would have told me they were playing Slippery Rock, I would have probably put their strength of schedule higher.
Well, they're not Purdue. So clearly they can't do that.
We got to get Mensa to set a line for Houston Christian versus Slippery Rock.
All right, will do. All right, so Cincinnati, you're giving them a win. That's 3 wins. Michigan's their first loss, 3-1. Michigan State, I'd say 4-1.
I have them 4 wins after that. Michigan State, Maryland, Minnesota,
6. Northwestern, 7.
Northwestern.
UCLA?
I have them beating both of these teams. Are we at 9 wins so far?
That's 8. That's 8 if they beat UCLA and their only losses to Michigan.
Their only losses to Michigan. I'm only seeing 2 losses on this schedule for Nebraska.
Penn State.
Penn State. I don't know if they're rolling at this point. Like, you think Iowa has an answer for them? Where's that game at?
I mean, how good is Cincinnati this season? That's the one that worries me.
Bro, that game is at Nebraska, bro. I don't know. Cincinnati was probably going to be one of the tougher games on their schedule, but I see a realistic path for 10 wins for this Nebraska team with this schedule.
High. Well, we only had to get to 7? So we're definitely punching
the over here.
All right, so
I feel like this is like approaching lock territory. No,
yeah, that's lock.
I'm like, I got 10 wins. It's like, what's the line? 7.5.
I got a Venmo to send. Hold on.
Yeah, we have them losing to Michigan and Penn State. They could be the Indiana of the conference this season. It feels like with that schedule. Yeah. Moving on to Iowa, everybody's coin flip game of the season. I feel like we have Nebraska going 4-8 at this point. A logo that I don't recognize.
Yeah, we've seen worse.
And UMass. So I'm going to give them 2 wins there. Iowa State.
I don't know. I'll say loss. I'm just feeling
okay, so we have them at 1 and 2 to start. We have them
losing
beating
to Rutgers.
Rutgers.
Are they losing to Rutgers?
No, we have them losing to Rutgers, losing to Indiana.
I can see them beating Wisconsin.
So that's 3 wins right there. Losing to Penn State. We have them losing to Minnesota. Didn't we? Or no?
Yeah, I think you gave Minnesota the benefit of the doubt. We said we don't know what Iowa's going to do.
Okay, so, I mean, well, who cares? No one's holding our feet to the fire. Let's give them the win over Minnesota here, and just to see where we get. We give them the coin flip this time just to see how close we get. So what do we have? 4 wins there?
Oregon, loss.
USC at USC, I have that as a loss.
Yeah, that's a loss.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Michigan State, that's 5. They're nowhere near this win total. No. Seems like an easy.
Put your house on it.
I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. I mean, D-Spence wins championships, but I don't think they're winning a championship, but it might win them their win total. I wouldn't. It does feel. I would definitely bet the under, but it's not my house.
Man, I mean, it seemed like they. It seemed like they got the preferable schedule here. It doesn't seem too bad. So, they got some teams up there, but I think
a lot of coin flip
you're
games.
Betting the under.
I would lean the under, but if they come out here and show to be a competent team, they could make us look like fools and hit 8 wins. You know what I mean? They could come out here and start out 4-0, lose to Indiana, 5 against Wisconsin, 6 against Minnesota, 7 against USC, 8, 9. I mean, they could come out and put 9 up if, some of these teams that we're wrong on, but I don't know, man. I hate buying Iowa hype. Like, I'm not big on buying into no offense.
Yeah, I just don't see them scoring enough to beat 5 teams on the schedule. However you slice it, it's like
I think that's the best analysis we've heard on this platform since we started. I don't think Iowa has enough offense to beat 5 teams.
Just saying. So I'll go for the under for that one. All right, this gets interesting now because all these teams pretty highly ranked. I mean, what was Illinois? And when this was said, I mean, they're what, 12 in the country?
Illinois is, I got to pull up the AP poll. I believe they're a top 15 team, though.
Yeah, there's no way they go 7-5. I mean, they go 7 under 7 wins.
Illinois is currently 12 in the country, 11. 12.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's run this. This will be quick. This should be a lock.
Illinois is 12. I believe that is Southern Georgia. I have them. This is a coin flip game here. They could easily lose this game to Duke.
I'll take the Big Ten.
I'm going to take Duke. So I have them at 1-1. I have them beating Western Michigan. Indiana.
I'd have them beating Indiana.
I have them losing to Indiana. That's 2 losses. I have them beating USC.
All right, let me count my wins here. We're going to come with different. So I got 1, 2. I'm taking 3. So 3-0. Indiana, I'm taking 4. And you have them losing to USC?
I have them losing to I have them beating USC.
Okay, we're in the same. That's 5 for me. Purdue, that's a win.
So through 5, I have them at 3 no. I have them at I have them at 3-2 through 5 games. I have them beating Purdue, so 4-2. Losing to Ohio State, 4-3 for me. Beating Washington, beating Rutgers, beating Maryland. I have them winning the rest of the game or rest of their schedule. So my losses for Illinois. Go ahead.
I was talking about these bets. I'm really about to bet Illinois 7.5 because
I'm looking at this like I got them potentially losing to Duke. I have them losing. These are the losses that I'll give them, even if we're being generous. I have them losing to Duke. I have them losing to Indiana. I have them losing to Ohio State. I have them losing to Washington.
I mean, they have no Oregon. They have no Oregon.
No Penn Michigan. State, no Penn State.
Michigan on the schedule. There's no way they don't win 8 games.
This feels like an easy over to me.
All right,
with the high of potentially going 10-2, 11-1.
Yeah, they beat South Carolina last year and pretty much bring most of their team back. South Carolina's another top team. So
yeah, you're right there. This one, let us know in the chat how you guys feel about this one. We got the team up north playing a logo I don't recognize. I have them beating that team. I believe that's New Mexico, if I had to guess.
Yeah, it is.
Oklahoma. New Mexico. I have them losing to Oklahoma.
I will take them against Oklahoma. I am rooting hard. Sorry, John Mateer.
Wait, you're rooting? So you have them beating Michigan? You have them beating Oklahoma. I have them losing to Oklahoma. So I have them at 1-1. I have them at 2-1 against Central Michigan. I have them 3-1 against Nebraska. 4-1 against Wisconsin, 5-1 USC. I could see them. I had them. Where did I say with Washington?
This
one could go either way. We'll give them the loss. We'll give them the loss. Two losses. They're beating Sparty. They're beating Purdue. They're beating Northwestern. They're beating Maryland. I mean, 3 losses at worst. And they're going to lose to Ohio State. 3 losses. Fingers crossed. I mean, I don't see how this Michigan team doesn't easily smash 8.5.
Yeah, I'm at 10. I mean, I think if I count even without the Oklahoma win, that would be 9. It's another over right there. So
I'm going over for the team up north. That's unfortunate. Ugh. Indiana and the Kurt Signettis. Shout out the PSAC. Old Dominion win. That is Kennesaw State. I know that from playing NCAA. I have no idea what that next one is, but I think they're going to beat that team.
Not enough NCAA.
I have them beating Illinois.
I have that as a loss.
So I have Indiana at 4-0. I have them beating Iowa. So they're going to be 4-1 coming out of the Oregon game. I have them beating the next 3. So that's 7-1. Lose to Penn State 7-2. Beat Wisconsin 10-2 for Indiana again.
Yeah, I'm counting at least 9 wins.
The losses, I have them losing to. I have them losing to Oregon and Penn State. That's it.
Yeah, with a toss-up game that gives you 9 wins.
So I have Michigan at 10 win, almost 10, potentially 10 wins, 9 wins. So Michigan at 9 wins. Indiana at potentially 10, or do we have anyone else flirting with double digits that we've talked about so far? No. Let's move on to Penn State, who does have a double-digit win total. I mean, looking at this right now, Q, we have 5. Could the Big Ten have 5 playoff teams?
No, not gonna let that happen. Could
Why
they?
not?
Yes, they could have 5 teams qualify. I mean, looking without talking about the big 3 who all should make the playoffs. Indiana possibly should be in there again. Illinois, a good chance. I don't know if they'll give. The thing is, Illinois with their branding, if you have a South Carolina who they beat in Illinois, I see them giving that to a South Carolina just for straight brand. It's like, who is Illinois? Who do they have? I don't know their quarterback. And they're just a good ball club. So I mean, I can see the Big Ten getting 4 again. I don't know if they'll quite get 5. If Michigan is that 5th team, branding wise, it may push them over. So possibly 5, but I would be comfortable with 4 because you're going to get those 3. We have Illinois is almost 10 wins. Michigan flirting with 10. So we might could get 1 more.
Let's move on to the Nittany Lions. We have them beating Nevada, FIU, Villanova.
Yep.
Who
Oregon.
do you have in this Oregon Penn State game? Where's that at?
I don't think they have a choice. I think they need to beat Oregon. I think they have to. So I'm giving them the win.
I mean, we saw Jim Knowles just beat Penn State. Maybe he has the answer. I mean, we did see that, but we also saw Jim Knowles beat Oregon. Does he have another game plan for this Penn State defense? Okay, we'll give them the win. The year of the Nittany Lions. They are 4-0. They beat UCLA, Northwestern, Iowa. They lose to the Buckeyes. They beat Indiana. The rest of that schedule, I see them being 11-1.
I could very well see it. So that means somebody's going to fall here. I guess it will be Oregon. We'll get to them next. But that's betting the over on Penn State.
Oregon is our team next. They are also set at 10.5. The Oregon Ducks take on absolutely nobody until the Penn State game, where they will enter 4-0. Not even worth even saying any of those names. 4-0. We have them losing to Penn State, so there's their 1 loss. 11-1.
Yeah, Indiana may be the only other team you have to worry about. Indiana, Washington could get interesting.
Washington, a rivalry game. Dan Lanning, a pussy. Like you never know.
Those two. I mean, I think they out talent Indiana most definitely. Washington is just a rivalry game. Anything can happen. So at worst, 10-2. But I would say the over on them. So they probably hit the 11 mark as well. No Ohio State on the schedule.
Have them at 11-1. And then 1 team remains, Q.
Team we rarely ever talk about.
Yeah, I'm not overly familiar with them. I'm looking at the schedule. I see 12 games. I see 12 wins, Q. I don't know about you. I was talking to Juju in the space the other day, and he said, everybody in the Big Ten thinks they're going 12-0. I said, you didn't know that the Big Ten actually stood for the Big Homie 10. Everybody's 12-0 around here. I am rooting for the Buckeyes to go 12-0. I am at the point in the season where I don't think anyone can beat my team. The Texas fans are starting to backtrack a lot of their trash talk as reports start to come out of camp. The Buckeyes seem to be surging. I look at this schedule, and I don't see why the Buckeyes cannot go 12-0.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why anyone would bet the under. The Texas game is obviously concerning. You don't know what's going on. And obviously with the play calling you hear about, it's like, yeah, we play Texas week 1 and get it together. Ryan Day, you need to take over. So even if, let's say, hypothetically, they lose to Texas, I think at home we'll probably get that win. But let's say they lose. You're basically running down again and saying, okay, you got to go win at Penn. You got a home game against Penn State you need to win at. So that one, I mean, we don't lose to Penn State.
I mean, the obvious question mark on the schedule is, do you believe this team? I mean, Texas, that's your one. And then does Ryan Day get over the hump in Ann Arbor? Jeremiah Smith guaranteed he was not going to lose to the team up north, Q. So are you going to go against the belief and the declaration of Jeremiah Smith that he will not lose to that team up north ever again?
I mean, Phillip Daniels just guaranteed me CJ Hicks was Abdul Carter.
He did not guarantee him anything. He called him mini Abdul Carter. Jeremiah Smith declared he will never lose to that team up north again.
I mean, I guess I have to roll with the best player in college football, beating a team they have no business losing to probably the next 2 seasons. So, yeah, I will rock with that. I think they'll definitely beat Michigan this season. I would hang my hat on that. I think that Penn State game is the one. Does James Franklin get over the hump or does he not? No. That kind of tells you where Ohio State will fall if, and that's an if they lose to Texas. So I will safely bet the over and say there's no way they lose both of those games.
I'm right there with you. I don't see how the Buckeyes potentially lose both of those games. I think Ryan Day is 11-1 at worst, and it would be a loss to Texas to start the season. I don't see Ryan Day losing to Jim Knowles. I do not see Ryan Day losing to the team up north. Again, I've said that for 4 years in a row. Why abandon it now? You know what I mean?
A quick question. Are you more – would you sacrifice the Texas win to win the Big Ten? How important is it? Because Ohio State hasn't won the Big Ten in a while now, so that's kind of –
I don't care about I don't care about this Texas game, to be completely honest with you. So I look at this Texas in 2 ways. Like I said, I'm already getting overhyped about the team to the point where I'm like starting to be unrealistic about them, and like it went from I went from like keeping it close against Texas I'd be happy with to now I'm like, we could really beat the fuck out of them. It's like, if we do that, like, it's going to completely change the narrative around this team, and the Buckeyes are going to be looking like world beaters. But if they don't and they come out and struggle, it'll reset my initial belief coming into the season prior to, like, you know, the early season hype around the team. I felt like this team was going to start out slow and get better over the course of the year. They have 8 new starters on defense, a new starter at quarterback. The list goes on of all of the new players. But you also, it's hard betting against the 2 best players in college football being on the same team, one of the best coaching staffs in America. You have to believe in it. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Buckeyes came out here and steamrolled college football for a second year in a row.
I mean, you even feel like by the time that Penn State game rolls around, we know the defense is comfortable. We know who the quarterback is, and we know who's calling plays. So it'll all be sorted out by that time. So I feel like, again, you look at the Buckeyes, probably 11-1 at worst, and bet the over.
You heard it here. Bet the over. The Buckeyes are going undefeated. They're going to repeat. No one can beat this Buckeye team. Play We Are the Champions, Q. Let the people know where they can find you.
Well, you can find me at City Boy Quinn if you're on Twitter. Find it Johnson on Instagram and Dead Air Sports Monday through Friday. Give us your locks of the season in the comments. Give us some logos that we got wrong that we just completely did not know who they are. If you know who they are, please point them out and put the emoji of their logo if you can find it to help us figure out who they were. Appreciate you, Ron. Let them know where they can find us at.
They can find us here weekdays on Dead Air Sports for the Buckeye Roast at 8 a.m. every morning throughout the season. Be sure to smash that like button. We had a goal of 50 likes yesterday. We got pretty close to it, but we did not achieve it. Let's get this thing to 50 likes every episode. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitter, please retweet the video, throw a like on it, and find your way over to YouTube and watch us over here. We really appreciate it. And even if you're not going to watch us over here, go ahead and throw a subscribe on the YouTube channel. It helps us a ton. Throw a like on it. Keep the comments coming. I love to see it every day. I read them throughout my workday as everyone's commenting on the videos. I love sharing them and talking about them at the beginning of the episode. So make sure you guys keep doing that. I do watch the episodes live in the morning, so I am available to talk in the chat. And I also have been keeping an eye on the top chatters and commenters, and it ranks the people who watch the show every day. So I'm going to start screenshotting that and showing love to all the people that have been showing love to us. We appreciate everybody that has been supporting us over here at Dead Air Sports, that have been supporting us all this time here on the Buckeye Roast. If you want to find me, you can find me at 2Ts. It's 2_TES. And Q, you know how this thing ends. It's always go Bucks. And of course, OH.
Yo.
First successful execution of that possibly all year.
You're behind the
Example, when things get hard in life, you just keep swinging as hard as you can, you fight. That's our culture.
I promised you we had a plan. Remember that we talked about a plan? The plan was infallible. Part of that infallible plan is getting a team prepared, ready to go, so we start practice. Our coaches know what we got. And there's not one person in America I trusted more than Coach Mick and that staff. Think about this. 130 teams either today, they report, or they've already reported. 130. 16 weeks from now, there's going to be one champion. One champion in our conference, one champion on the side of our conference. And in the country, one team's going to do this. Not 36, not 48, not 44, one. That tells you how hard it is to be a champion. To do right all the time. To know your assignments. To have 11 guys play hard on every staff. That's hard. That's why there's one. I want a hungry team. I want a hungry team. I want a team that can't wait to get out there. Where there's a bunch of players that maybe, whenever you're a new coaching staff, you haven't played much, maybe you're trying to make a name for yourself, you're a hungry football player. I want a hungry team. And last one, most importantly, I've got to coach a few of them. I want an angry team. I want a pissed off football team. I want a team that has a little chip on their shoulder. Maybe something's been taken from you. Maybe something hasn't. Maybe something's been taken from you. Are you a team that's going to go get it? You're the Ohio State Buckeyes. You're an angry football team. You got an angry staff. You got a bunch of guys that are getting ready to start a journey. We're starting that journey tomorrow at 5 a.m. You're a hungry football team, and I'm proud to be your coach. There's a plan in place, right?